Dave Simon and his co-hosts are completing the remaining finishing touches for tonight's episode.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA from The Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Welcome to today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. We are a viewer and listener-supported creative team. We would really appreciate it if you became a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. While you are watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA, and while there, check out our exclusive merch, including great jiu-jitsu gear from the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. It's ringsidereport.net.
Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
no! Was that the worst finish in SmackDown history? Who will John Cena's final opponent be? And some news about the crown jewel of WWE. It's Wrestling Uncensored time. The crown jewel. The crowning jewel of professional wrestling. Can't wait.
You're all gassed up for it, sounds like.
Yeah. That's how I feel about crown jewel. Yeet.
Sure you can't wait for that 8 a.m. start time.
I'm up.
Roaring for that one.
I'm up. No problem.
Oh, so there will be a post show too.
Maybe.
Oh wow, cool.
Do you want to do one?
Well, I'll be in New Brunswick actually. I'm making my debut in New Brunswick that day, so won't be me on that show if you do it. But good luck.
Maybe I won't do one then. I'll probably just be by myself.
Oh, that'll be fun. Have the kids involved. It'll be great.
Yeah, me and Zev just do it. We'll watch it together. Might as well just do the show with me. He's good. He's good.
SmackDown ending. You want to talk about?
Unbelievable. We'll talk about Crown Jewel too. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes made official. Also official tonight. They're doing champion versus champion matches, right, at Crown Jewel. I thought they might kind of continue with their regular scheduled stories, but no, they're switching it up and doing a spot show, basically, called Crown Jewel in Australia, where they're making up a ring that apparently we're supposed to care about. Cody Rhodes brought out this ring that he won, I guess, last year at Crown Jewel that I have no recollection of because it hasn't been brought up since he won it. It doesn't really matter. It's not really real in the grand scheme of WWE. It has no impact on anything. But here we are, Crown Jewel. Cody and Seth and Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vaquer, who is the new women's world champion. Stephanie Vaquer. You know, if you want to pronounce it that way. I like Nikki Bella's pronunciation. Vaquer. Nevertheless, those matches are happening. I'm not a fan of that. The champion versus champion matches that don't really mean anything. And also, you know, just don't help anybody. Whoever wins doesn't really gain much from it. And whoever loses is just, you could point at them and be like, you're the lesser champion. There are two champions on each. There's a champion on each brand. Two world champions. Even though Cody's the undisputed WWE champion and Seth is just the world heavyweight champion. I don't know. He doesn't have undisputed on his title, so you think maybe his title's in dispute for some reason? It's a bad look. And then whoever wins, it's like, oh, well, the other guy, you know. I think Seth should beat Cody. Because, like, how many times is Cody going to beat Seth, you know? It's enough. They brought it up on Raw. It was like, hey, Seth, Cody was saying this. Hey, well, what happened last time? What's your record against me? And it's like, oh, yeah, it's 0-3. It's 0-3. And now we're revisiting this. So Seth really should win. I don't know if he will, because WWE doesn't like to have Cody lose. But Seth has goons, like Cody mentioned on Raw, right? 3 goons. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman counted as a goon. Heyman was like, I'm not a goon. I'm not one of the goons. I thought that was funny. Heyman's reaction to being called a goon was maybe the highlight of Raw. Asuka Rhea Ripley was cool as a main event. Like, the fact that they did that. The match itself was kind of not the best, but just the fact that they gave it to us in a main event of Raw was interesting.
I thought Raw was the best show I saw this week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good, like start to finish. I thought that opening promo with Seth and Cody, one of the best opening promos to Raw we've seen this year. Like, we've criticized Seth, and rightly so, for some bad promos, but I thought this promo was one of his best promos he's caught all year.
I thought it was pretty good too. I really liked what he did last week, leading up to the match with Punk and AJ. I thought the Punk, AJ, Becky, Seth promo last week on Raw was terrific. I thought Seth was really shining in that one too. He's had some good work. It was a good promo on Raw this week with Cody. I enjoyed it. I like Cody saying, what do you think of you, Seth? I like Seth asking Cody, what do you think of me? Because you're calling yourself the quarterback, the main guy in WWE. Like, what makes you think you should be that guy? Seth has that whole thing. But I couldn't help but think, when Cody and Seth are kind of standing there being like, I'm the alpha in WWE. And it's like, no, I'm the main guy. I'm watching them both, and I go, neither of you are the main guy, right? The main guy is sitting somewhere at home in Florida waiting to come back, and we all acknowledge him as our tribal chief. He's the main guy. It's just funny to see both those guys being like, I'm the main WWE. It's like, it's Roman. Everybody knows that. They're both big stars, Cody and Seth, but Roman's still the star attraction. He's number one.
Well, you heard that tonight on SmackDown. People were chatting for OTC, and it seems to be a weekly thing. And yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think Roman is kind of the star, but they gave Cody the ball off of Roman's title reign, and you're still letting him run with it.
Yeah, still. I wonder when that ends. I wonder how that ends. I wonder if it ends with Roman. Feels like Roman Seth is the play down the road, but we're not there yet. We're going to Crown Jewel. I just, the promo was good, John, but I'm not super excited about the match, and because Seth after the match stays on Raw, Cody after the match stays on SmackDown. Whatever happens at the match is self-contained in that match, and it doesn't go past that one night. And that's kind of my issue with it, is that, like, it's really like a glorified spot show where we're building towards it, but once it happens, nothing that happens on that show has any bearing on the future of what they're doing in the company. Like, I don't like those types of shows because it's like kind of a waste of a month. Because at the end of it, you go, okay, well, none of that mattered. Maybe one or two things will, but in the grand scheme of it, it's like, well, they all move on to their own things that they're already doing. This is just like a temporary program for everybody. Like Stephanie Vacquet and Tiffany Stratton are going to have a mini feud now, but after that, it's going to be over. They're going to have one match, somebody will win, and then they'll move on.
Yeah, the Stephanie and Tiffany promo on SmackDown was pretty bad. I'm not very excited for that match whatsoever. But I look back to what happened last year. You had Cody versus Gunther, champion versus champion, and they could play off that a bit where Gunther was kind of self-conscious afterwards, like, oh, I'm not unbeatable. Cody beat me. And there was some doubt put into him. So they actually played off that for a couple of months, actually. And it felt like, oh, maybe Gunther can be beaten. And it felt like the next guy could beat him. So that could kind of work too, I think, however they play this one out. I agree with you. I think Seth's probably going to win because I think he needs to win more.
Yeah.
But it can put a bit of doubt where Cody's not unbeatable.
Yeah, which, I think is good. Because the only person that's really beat Cody since Cody beat Roman for the belt at Mania, 2 years ago? Almost? Is Cena. Yeah. And he cheated.
He already revenged that.
Yeah. So you got to have Cody somewhat beatable. Somebody's got to be able to get to him. I think Roman is always a good option. Because Roman, with Cody and Seth as champion, you see Roman as a threat to both of them. Brock Lesnar seems like he's not going anywhere. They talked about him on SmackDown. He's a threat to anybody. So they still have those kind of looming threats that they could revisit. Cody's already beaten Brock, though. They already kind of did the Cody Brock thing. I don't really need to see that again. I think we're good there. Seth Brock could happen if there's like a Heyman rift with Seth, you know? You could do something there. I'd like Brock to just be with Seth's group for a time. Like, just be there with the Bronze. The Bronze, Brock, and Seth with Heyman. All one terrifying group. And Brock's, like, not looking to be champion. He's looking to help Heyman protect Seth. You know, like, just Brock as a goon for a bit. And then maybe we, you know, lead into Brock and Braun Breaker at some point, which would be fun. I think you look at the roster up and down and you say, who would be the most fun opponent for Brock Lesnar right now? I think it's Braun Breaker. Like, those two guys would be nuts. Braun Breaker is like a wild animal. Him against the Beast would be pretty cool. I'd like to see Brock against Jacob Fatu as well. I think that would be pretty violent. I think they could do some stuff. But I think Braun Breaker would be a different level. He's so young, like he's almost indestructible at this point. Like, he doesn't have the miles and the injuries on his body. Like, he can take a Brock beating pretty good. I'd like to see it. Like, imagine peak Brock Lesnar versus, like, peak Scott Steiner. You know what I mean? It'd be sick. And this is kind of what you have.
It's a good idea. I just think maybe give Braun a bit more time and give him a bit more seasoning, give him like another year on the roster before you do that. I think, for me, if it was WrestleMania, I would do Brock against Gunther first. And then maybe the following year, do Brock and Braun.
If Brock is going to be around, he better be putting some people over. He beat Cena, and it was like, okay, you know, all right.
You knew that would happen. Come on.
I didn't think he would.
Really?
Yeah. I just didn't think it was the right move. Like, you're really going to have Cena just get beat down by Brock when he's got like 3-4 matches left? Like, why?
It's happened before.
Yeah, but why? What was the point of that?
The point is Brock has more matches ahead of him than Cena, so Brock needs to go over.
Did he have to do it over Cena? Like, I don't understand doing that. I maybe Cena wanted the one last Brock match for some reason, but the finish was weird. The match was not good. It's the same old thing with Brock. He just does the same move over and over again.
It was, when you look back to the previous matches, it was kind of pathetic, to be honest.
It was awful.
Very disappointing. That was the start of the show.
Yeah, it was really bad. That whole show was very mid. But, you know.
Like Stephanie Vaquer, Io.
Yes, okay,
great.
there was one good match.
You got to give them at least one good match.
Yeah, they had one good match. I mean, I did a post show, so we talked about it. You weren't here, John.
Right. Oh, I hope you bury that mixed tag match. One of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Oh, so long, and it's the moments in that match. I totally did the match. It's just really bad. Like, I just wanted it to end, and it just would never end. And it wasn't even a tag match in the end. Like, it just turned into a brawl.
You didn't even like
10 minutes.
You didn't even like when they all went through the table?
I thought that was just ridiculous and sad. Wow. The way it all just clumped like that.
Wow.
Didn't like it. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. You know, it was a little rough at times. You know, AJ strikes were pretty terrible. Pretty bad. I know you were seeing that going, what? Yeah, they were bad. But I don't know. I thought it was fun for what it was. I didn't expect it to be, you know, a classic match. It was what I expected, and it was a little more. I was happy with it.
There's no reason for that.
Where was Punk this week?
I don't think he was really around at all this week.
He wasn't on Raw, I don't think, right? I saw Raw. I didn't see him.
No him, no AJ. I guess they just taking a week off.
Okay. Maybe he's not going to Australia.
Maybe, yeah, they're just taking some time off. I mean, they wasted 29 minutes of my life, so they deserve to take time off.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what AJ's doing. Is she coming back? Is she not? Don't know.
Well, she signed a multi-year deal. Like, she's not done, sadly.
Oh, did she sign a multi-year deal? I didn't know that. Cool. You're unhappy that she's back. Okay. I love it. Okay, we got to talk about Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax that went down tonight on SmackDown. As little Carmine Lupertazzi would say, a total debacle.
First, before we get to how bad the finish was, because I know that's the main thing you want to talk about, can we talk about the fact that it looked like Tiffany and Jay were like a tag team? Because they both were like identical gear.
Oh. Did they have identical? I mean, it was different.
Not too far off different. I mean, it looked very, like...
Jade was like all red and Tiffy was like red and white.
It was mainly red. I mean, you saw a bit of white in the front, but it was mainly red.
She had like cherries on it.
Yeah, in the front. That was about it.
Yeah.
They mainly look like a tag team. Like when they did double suplex, I thought it was a tag team beating up Nia.
I thought it was an homage to Cherry, former WWE women's wrestler. I don't know.
Did nobody see this when they went out and be like, this looks a little bit off? Because it looked a little bit off when I was watching that match. It felt like a handicap match.
The gear color thing doesn't seem to be enforced in WWE these days. You see that a lot where, like any time the Usos would wrestle like Jacob Fatu or
Oh, it's true, yeah.
All those guys just dress alike and they're wrestling each other. It looks like they're all one team.
Yeah, you're right about that, yeah.
I mean, that was the most egregious to me, where it was just like, these guys, first of all, you're brothers, so you have like a family resemblance and you're dressed the same, but you're wrestling each other, and then there's a bunch of guys, like you're all cousins and brothers. You all kind of look alike. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Jacob Fatu's wrestling Solo Sikoa, whose last name is also Fatu. They're all Fatus. All these Fatu guys wearing black pants, black T-shirts, wrestling each other. They look identical. You know what I mean?
It was nice to see Jacob again.
Yeah. And he was getting into Drew McIntyre's face, which I think would be a fun match. That's going to be good.
Yeah, eventually. Like, I think McIntyre's on his way out for a little bit because I guess he's filming a movie or something.
Oh. So maybe that's down the road.
I think that might be, he's taken out by Jacob and then you won't see him for a while.
So Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. Okay? Let me set it up for you. Jade, first of all, goes outside the ring, flips the top of the announce table right on Michael Cole and Booker T. They both seemed upset. She hit Michael Cole pretty hard with it. I don't know what she was thinking. Like, why would you do that? You're supposed to grab it, pull it down, not like just throw it on the announce team.
She rushed.
Cole seemed pissed.
Yeah, he seemed very mad.
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting too old for this. He's like, are you okay, Booker? Booker was like, ugh. By the way, I don't know who the announce teams are on WWE anymore. Like, I don't know. It seems to be rotating. And Cole and Booker, like, at the end of the show, Cole's like, maybe I'll see you next week. And Booker's like, because I think they don't know from week to week what show they're doing or if they're going to be there next week together. I don't know what the deal is. I like Cole and Booker. I think they're the best announce team in the business right now. Although I'm really enjoying Bryan Danielson in AEW. I think he's really good, but I like Booker T a lot on commentary. And he's got a nice dynamic with Michael Cole. I enjoy listening to them while I watch wrestling. So that was a weird one. Just the Booker Cole interaction. Like, are we going to be here next week?
Here's the problem is that you switch the commentating groups, WWE, and then you do an injury angle where you take out one of the commentators that you just switched.
Oh, yeah.
So then it feels like they're always rotating because they have to make up that for the storyline angle. So Mike Cole was gone for a week. So we got the NXT group. So we thought, again, we're only like a week or two into this brand new commentating scenario. So yeah, it's a little confusing. I understand that.
Wade Barrett is not terrible, but Joe Testator is terrible. He's so bad on Raw. He's not getting better.
It's just the way he's going to be. Like, he's pretty much Mike Cole from 99.
But he's worse. He's worse. Like, he mispronounces names. Like, it's just...
That's Mike Cole 99.
He doesn't seem like a wrestling fan at all. And that doesn't work.
That's a job for him. You know, that's it.
Yeah. But, like, you gotta... To do that job, you have to know, like, the history of professional wrestling. Otherwise, you're just not credible to a lot of wrestling fans. Like, Booker T is a credible guy in pro wrestling. Like, you gotta have credibility in professional wrestling to be on commentary. Because if you don't, you just don't work. Michael Cole, at this point, has credibility because he's been around for so long. You can tell, I mean, he loves the business, the WWE, at least. You know, I don't know about the history and all that, but he likes, you know, what he's seen, which is a lot at this point.
What he can remember, too, at this point.
Sure. Wade Barrett, I mean, he wrestled. He's got an appreciation for pro wrestling. I feel like Joe Tessitore would not be watching wrestling every week, certainly, if he didn't work for WWE. I feel like he is the commentator for Raw and doesn't watch SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. It feels like he just pretty much has the notes for the show and goes off that.
He's probably never seen an episode of Dynamite. He's probably never seen a match, an AEW match. That would be my guess. I was going to say definitely not a New Japan match easily, for sure, never. He's probably not seen any wrestling that's not WWE in his life. And that's my point. It's like, I don't want to hear a guy like that talk about wrestling on a wrestling show. Even if it's a WWE play-by-play guy. I don't think that guy has any credibility. And I think that it's the same in any sport. The play-by-play guy for any professional, like high-level sport, is usually a student of the game. You know?
You're completely right, but didn't Tessitore
why in pro wrestling
ESPN?
Is it not applicable? Everybody. You look at the John Anik in the UFC. He's a student of mixed martial arts. He's a student of the game. I don't know if he's a martial artist, but I know that he knows a lot about MMA and the UFC because he cares. You could tell. He's not a former fighter. He's a broadcaster. But when he's doing the UFC broadcast, you listen to him and you go, he's credible. You know? I listen to Michael Kay do the Yankees broadcast. He's credible. He watches baseball. He understands baseball. He knows the history of the game. He's a student of the game. He loves baseball. You know? I don't think Joe Tessitore loves professional wrestling. And as a guy who loves professional wrestling, it's kind of offensive to me to hear a guy do the play-by-play for Monday Night Raw. You know, a job that's been held by Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and now this guy? Like, it's offensive. He doesn't belong. He's not good.
To be fair, I think we've had worse, to be honest, actually, in the last couple of years, because they've been trying this whole thing with the other new broadcasters that hasn't been working, but this is their new ESPN guy that they're going to try out. Wrestling's not his top interest, obviously. Like, obviously, he has other interests they probably likes to cover instead, but they're trying him out because I guess he works well with the people there more than likely.
Yeah. But we see right through him. You see right through him.
I don't know if we'll ever be happy, really. I think we'll always find something to complain about. I mean, look at all the commentators from start to finish. Like, I mean, you could say Michael Cole's good, but you tolerate Michael Cole. That's about it. And I think the same thing with a lot of other guys.
I think Excalibur is kind of cringy at times, just some of the things he says. I don't love his style, but I respect him as a play-by-play guy because I know he's a former wrestler, and his love and knowledge of professional wrestling shines through when he does commentary. I think he's respectable as a play-by-play guy. I wish he'd take off the mask. I just think he's too gimmicky. He's too shticky, and I wish he could just play it a little bit more straight. But I think that he does a solid job because he cares about wrestling, and you could tell.
I just think there's been other people better than him so far. I think JR was better than him.
Of course, Jim Ross is the best of all time. Can't compare Excalibur to Jim Ross. It's like unfair, you know?
But just that's the problem, I think, with Excalibur is that the lead announcer, he's always put in that role. And I think he'd be better as maybe like the second announcer. I think the lead is better for either JR or Shivani.
I don't think they can carry it. I don't think they want to carry it as much. I don't hate Ian Riccaboni. I think is all right.
Yeah, he's okay. I just find like there's other commentators that are better.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You know, I thought Gorilla Monsoon was pretty good. Can we just get an AI Gorilla Monsoon to do commentary?
They've done that already. It's fun, but
just have Gorilla and the Brain. Bobby the Brain.
They've already done that. Them
We're
doing
spoiled.
Modern day wrestling.
We were spoiled. We had Gorilla and Bobby the Brain. You can't get better than that.
Well, some would say it got better with JR and King. But...
I mean, and then we had JR and the King. JR and the King, man, they were so good. And I also liked Vince and whoever he had with him. Vince and the King, Vince and the Brain, Vince and Macho Man, Vince and Mr. Perfect, Vince and Ted DiBiase. Like, Vince on commentary with whoever he was with was always good, too. Unbelievable. Tremendous. What a maneuver, you know? Vince was good. And you could tell, like, who Vince really liked when he was on commentary, which gave you kind of an idea of who he was going to push.
Well, I'm glad we lived through the good Brett times for that. You can kind of tell how much he loved Brett.
Yeah. And Sean. Sean, though. Man, did he love Sean. The Heartbreak Kid! Oh, my God! Look at him! He's so beautiful. You know?
Well, as much as Sean was a jerk, I couldn't deny it, the talent. No question about that.
Mm-hmm. He was pretty damn good. Okay. So let's talk about what's not good. Let's get back to it, Sean. Okay? Jade Cargill tosses the announce table on the announce team. We got distracted. Started talking about announcers. Jade Cargill, I'm trying to talk about. Jade Cargill! And then Nia Jax does an Irish whip to Jade Cargill into the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jade Cargill decides to take it head first and busts
Or
her
side
whole
of her
head
face.
open.
Side of face or whatever, yeah.
The cut was like in her eyebrow, and it was like a deep gash. Did you not see that?
I think what happened, you know how like the steps they have the like that hold kind of position. They
Yeah.
have that little like. I think that's what happened. She got her head caught right in that little hole.
How that happened, I don't know, because I've seen that spot done a million times, and no one ever comes up bloody from that. They take it, they hit their shoulder, they fall. Like, they don't go head first. You take it shoulder first.
Right.
You turn.
Or hand.
Or hand, whatever. Shoulder looks better.
Sure.
Because then the stairs move, you get that sound, and you take a bump after. It's better. But you don't
Just
go
not your face.
Face first into steel that's like all, because it's like not smooth either. It's like kind of,
And there's holes in it.
Yeah. So she goes face first into it, falls over, and is like, oh, shit. And then she's got to get up. Nia throws the top of the stairs away and then goes to pick up Jade to suplex her. Jade reverses, manages to lift Nia up for half a second before she just, bam, drops her on the stairs with a Samoan drop, which, like, is she allowed to do that to a Samoan? She did it. She did it. And that looked rough. Like, she barely got her up there. It was shaky. And then she goes right into the camera like, yeah, it's my timer. And she's, like, bleeding like crazy. I don't think she was supposed to do that because they don't want you showing all that blood. The referee immediately went and like started patting her down with something to get the blood off her face. But it was still bleeding because she was cut pretty good. I think that's going to need some stitches. And
Jey Uso too.
Yeah, Jey Uso wrestled this week, which is kind of nuts. He wrestled like 2 days later? He wasn't concussed?
Apparently he passed the concussion protocol, so.
I mean, to me, if you bust your head open on a steel chair and you need stitches, you probably have a minor concussion. I'm surprised they let him wrestle 2 days later. Anyways, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is outside the ring, kind of patting down her eye. The referee goes to the other side of the ring. There's nobody in the ring at this point. Tiffany is like missing in action. Nia's on the other side selling the Samoan drop. The referee tells Nia something, probably get in the ring, because then Nia gets in the ring. Jade goes and hits this like, it's a black hole slam, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
What do they call it? Do you know?
They call it some sort of Eye of the Wind or something, or Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm, some sort of slam that she does. It's not her finisher, which is the Jaded. Yes. So she hits this Eye of the Storm slam on Nia Jax, and it's like, oof, let's get through this. She goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Nia kicks out. And
no,
then
I think Tiffany broke it up.
No.
Oh, okay. Nia kicked out. All right, fine.
Nia kicked out. And then Tiffany comes in and kicks Jade off Nia in like a kick which would be like to break up a cover. You know?
Right.
It seemed like Tiffany was late on that because Nia just kicks out and then Tiffy shows up. As soon as Nia kicks out, then Tiffy kicks Jade off of her. Jade rolls out of the ring. Tiffy goes to cover Nia. 1, 2. Nia does not kick, does not lift her shoulder, and the referee is like, doesn't count 3.
There's a lot of talking at this point.
They're talking to each other. There's a lot of confusion you could tell with Nia and Tiffany and the referee. And I feel like maybe Jade was supposed to break it up and something else was supposed to happen. I don't know what happened there, but we'll try and figure it out, John, in a second, because then Tiffy is like, okay. She kind of pulls Nia over closer to the corner, hits her with an elbow to, like, keep her down and keep this thing moving, goes to the top rope, hits her moonsault, 1, 2, 3, match ends. As Jade, by the way, is just kind of sitting there on the apron watching it all go down, bloodied and just, like, not trying to stop it. Like, we saw her, and when she got kicked out of the ring, she's, like, looking on the apron while Tiffany and Nia are, like, confused after the pin. I feel like Jade was supposed to break that up. It was a terrible finish. The crowd was booing because the referee should have counted 3 because everybody saw Nia not kick out. What happened? Was Nia supposed to kick out? Was Jade supposed to break it up and she missed her spot? That feels like what it was, because the finish right after, like, if Nia was supposed to kick out, right? So Nia kicks out, and then Tiffy's supposed to then hit her with a little elbow and go to the top and hit her moonsault and then pin her? Like, that's really the finish? I feel like the finish should be something where, Jade stops Tiffy, Tiffy does something to Jade, gets her out, and then hits her moonsault on Nia, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Like, involve, like, a more kind of elaborate finish rather than I'm going to try to pin you off Jade's, like, kind of not finisher, just a slam after Jade Jade couldn't pin you. You kicked out after the slam. I kicked Jade off and I'm going to try and pin you like you're going to not kick out this time. And you don't. That was a crazy thing. She didn't. She kicked out for... Jade hits a move. Nia kicks out. Nia's still down. Tiffy kicks Jade off, pins Nia. Nia doesn't kick out, but the referee decides not to count the 3. Like, it was bizarre. Somebody screwed up. The referee looked like she was apologizing after the match. So maybe it was her fault. Maybe she was supposed to count 3. But if she was, that's a terrible finish, because why would Nia kick out of a move? Like, if she's so dead that she can't kick out from Tiffany, she shouldn't have been able to kick out from Jade because she took no further punishment. It's the same move that she's selling.
See, the way I look at it, that's where the error kind of comes into play, where I think it was supposed to be a save. Tiffany was supposed to stop the pin, so that way it looks like she kind of steals the win in a sense.
Right.
But by Nia kicking out, it's all screwed up, I think. And I can understand the referee being confused because that got messed up, and you're just going to pin like that. That kind of messes up what it was supposed to be. So I can understand where the ref decided it was going to be a 2 because they thought you get a cleaner finish. And in the end, it was probably better to do that. But unfortunately, you create that awkward scene where 1, 2, and then what's going on? Hello, talking. Nia late kick out, and then the boos like nonstop after that point.
Yeah. But, like, if you're correct about what was supposed to happen, right, where Tiffy was supposed to kick Jade off and then get the pin on Nia and beat her that way, steal the finish. Like, really? Because that was not even Jade's finisher. That wasn't Jaded.
Right. Well, just because it was late in the match, because she already hit Jaded, right? And she got
on Tiffy,
screwed out of the match. Right. But it already happened in the match, so they already played it up, or, oh, Jade had it, but it was taken away from her. And then Tiffany stole it, I think that was the story they wanted to play. And they're still going to play it. It just didn't play out the way they had planned, I think.
That was a mess. Because it was so obviously like things obviously went off the rails in so many ways there. Jade throwing the announce table, Jade getting busted open, the no kick out on the 3, like it was crazy.
I mean, when you saw this triple threat match, I mean, come on. Like, you had to expect something like this was going to happen.
It was okay until they went outside the ring. As soon as Tiffy like did that dive and kind of like snagged her foot on the rope and almost broke her neck, things just went south. Like you talk about, John, you know, as a wrestler, you understand how these things work. You say one thing goes wrong, and sometimes just like everything starts to pile up and it just snowballs out of control. And sometimes wrestling matches do that. And, you know, I, as a non-wrestler, would not know that. But because you've talked about that, I noticed that where kind of you notice one thing going terribly wrong and then the rest of the match just kind of goes sideways. And I think that's what happened here. Like things just kind of started spiraling and they couldn't just get back on the horse. They were just all discombobulated.
And I think the problem too is you don't have 3 strong workers or veteran workers.
Yeah.
When Nia's the strong veteran worker to kind of, you know, steer the ship, I think you're in a lot of trouble there. And again, like I think just looking this on paper, it's like I'm surprised it wasn't worse than what it was.
I feel like Jade has improved quite a bit.
She has, but I mean, again, there's still going to be moments. She's not comfortable in certain moments. Clearly, like pushing tables off, going into steps. There's still some work that needs to be done. Like, I think she gets the idea of doing it, but the execution needs some work.
Yeah. She's going for it, though. You can see the effort, which I like. Because, like, I think she's trying to improve. You could see the improvement. You could see her putting in the effort. Sometimes she's going a little too hard, but there's a lot of talent there, and if you can make it work, in a year or two, she's going to be, like, really something. If she keeps kind of going at this rate and doing the right things. She's already, like, I thought she might win the belt tonight.
Just because it was a SmackDown, I'm like, nah, it's not the right time. Like, it has to build to something else for that to happen. And it still might. But, yeah, it wasn't the right time or place.
Tiffany's held that belt for a long time, though.
Yeah, and
sometimes they do a quick switch before a champion versus champion match. They do that.
I mean, they kind of already did, though, right? Because Stephanie just won the title. So,
yeah,
it's a little much to do another one. I don't know. Like, I think you kind of need strong champions right now because you have kind of 2 brand new. Seth didn't win the title like a long time ago. It was kind of recent. So, like, you kind of need those long champions right now.
Yeah. You're not. I mean, I guess so. I suppose. So that match was a total debacle. Sami Zayn wrestled Javon Evans, an NXT wrestler, beat him in a U.S. title open challenge. I thought that was solid. I've heard of Javon Evans. I've not ever watched a full Javon Evans match. So tonight was the first time for me. Huh?
He's wrestled on SmackDown before.
Has he?
Him before. Yeah, he's been in like tag matches on SmackDown. You may have not noticed him, but he was there.
Well, maybe he's just becoming somebody that I've started to take notice of. He's not bad. He's got some nice moves.
There was one little snag or two, like a little bit. Again, like he's young, 22. Like he's not going to be perfect, but obviously tons of potential there for 22. And you know, Sammy, I think, brought the best in him. So, thought it was easily the best match we saw tonight.
Yeah. You didn't think it was Kiana James and Julia versus Michin and BFAB?
What do you think? Come on.
Kiana James wrestles. Look at that.
I mean, she's there, and yeah, like it's fine for what it is, the gimmick and all that, and at least she's still wrestling. Like, isn't Piper Niven done?
What do you mean?
Well, one, like she's injured, right? And now there's rumors that it might be career threatening. And they were doing an angle on SmackDown tonight where like Chelsea,
she's looking for a new person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, no more Piper? That sucks. Poor Piper.
It's too bad.
Yeah. I like Piper Niven. That's too bad. Yeah, Kiana James and Julia beat Meechin and B-Fab in a match that happened. Also, the Street Profits beat Carmelo Hayes and The Miz. There was some dissension in the ranks between Miz and Carmelo. Miz tagged himself in. Carmelo didn't like it. Miz took a top rope splash from Montez. Carmelo looked like he could have made the save, but decided not to help his tag team partner. Took the loss, didn't care. Carmelo, even Miz's tag team partner, Carmelo, doesn't like The Miz. No one likes The Miz. He's the worst.
I didn't like this ending, actually. It's like, so now we get Street Profits and Wyatt Six again? Why do we keep going around circles here? Like, honestly, like Miz and Carmelo would have been a refreshing change from the same old we've always gone through.
I don't want to watch any of those guys you just talked about.
Well,
I think that's a problem.
So
Street Profits, Wyatt Six, Miz, Carmelo. I'm not interested in any of those guys.
Well, a guy that you are interested in, like Kit Wilson, like he's just by himself now. So
yeah, and I don't like his like, oh, you're toxic masculinity, Damian Priest. It's just weird. Yeah, and I guess Elton Prince is hurt for a very long time because of stupid Fraxium.
There's a lot of injuries right now in WWE. You really look at it.
I miss Pretty Deadly. They should be tag team champions right now. It really sucks that they're not, because the tag team division on SmackDown is terrible. It's so bad. Tag team division on Raw is not bad. I saw my favorite tag team in action this week on Raw in a 6-man tag. Thank God for the New Day. God, those guys.
It's a good match.
How good did they look, too? Just physically, they're so jacked. Kofi and Woods are like super jacked these days. Big G Langston there. Tremendous. I'm starting to like Big G. I mean, he's no Giancarlo Stanton, but he's a decent Big G. Not as big as Big G. The real Big G, Giancarlo Stanton, much bigger than the Big G in wrestling. Now I'm blanking on his name. What's his name? Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller.
Who's in much better shape than when he started. Like, he was in awful shape when he started.
I just think it's funny that they're both called Big G, and Giancarlo Stanton is a baseball player who's like much bigger than the pro wrestler, Big G. They should meet, and it'd be funny. They should honestly replace, Grayson Waller with Giancarlo Stanton. Imagine Stanton with the New Day. What a force.
I just want to say evening to Angelo. Congrats on your Blue Jays tonight. It's going to be quite the race to the end here.
2 more games. Blue Jays got to keep winning because the Yankees are not losing. Yankees won again. What's up, Angelo? You doing shout-outs? I'll do shout-outs. CSL Lauren, Jason Pete, Ryan Katz, Angelo Contagonis, all the members in the chat I'm seeing over on YouTube over at join.ringsidereport.net. Membership.ringsidereport.net is where you can support as well. Thanks for watching, everybody on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Twitter, all the things. We're on all the things. Rumble. Royal Rumble. Yeah. I love the New Day. They had a good match. It was New Day and Grayson Waller versus the Viking Raiders and Penta. It was good.
Well, that finish was quite spectacular. That Mexican Destroyer off the top.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It's amazing
Grayson Waller
that Waller's
took
okay.
quite a wallop. Crikey.
It was more like a super pile driver almost.
Yeah. Penta does some cool moves. They're letting him do, pile drivers off the top rope. Flipping pile drivers off the top to Grayson Waller. I'm glad Kofi and Woods didn't take that. Are they just trying to have Grayson Waller follow in the footsteps of Big E and just, like, break his neck as well? Because that was pretty rough. That would be bad. Like a curse. Like, you know what I mean? If Grayson Waller got injured, like a career-ending injury, be like, uh-oh. You don't want to be the third member of this group. Just saying. Be careful.
Well, it'd be karma on him because he was all happy when his partner got hurt, his ex-partner.
That was a story. Wasn't real.
Right.
Where is Austin Theory? Is he okay?
He is actually injured.
Like, yeah, but is he, like, done wrestling? Like, what's the injury?
Apparently, like, it's gonna be close to a year for whatever it is. So,
yikes.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be back. He's a young guy. Man, you know what I don't like? The whole Bailey, like, sometimes she's nice, sometimes she's mean to, what's her face? Lyra Valkyria? That's just awful. What is
The worst part is Lyra's reactions, because at first she didn't like Bailey, and now she's all, like, scared of Bailey or, like, timid of Bailey. Like, I don't understand the character direction of Lyra whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't like that. I didn't like Jey Uso beating LA Knight, but, LA Knight got distracted by the bronze, so whatever. That whole thing, too, with I don't hate that. The LA Knight and Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and all that stuff where, Jimmy is friends with LA, but Jey hates LA, and,
Did you like the finish?
The finish was okay. I thought the post-match thing was interesting, where... the Bronze were advancing on LA Knight and they were going to beat him up. And Jimmy was like, hey, they're going to kill him. You got to come help me. And Jay was like, nah. So Jimmy grabs a chair and, like, makes sure that the Bronze don't come and kill LA. I thought that was good.
You probably saw Raw live, I'm guessing.
No.
I did not see Raw live.
No, I didn't see it live.
Okay. Maybe you didn't catch that they edited the finish, right? Because for whatever reason, the ref wasn't counting. I guess the shoulder wasn't down. But they edited right to Paul Heyman to cut down the fact that the ref is taking too much time.
Oh.
And I guess Jay was very audible on being mad at the referee. And you can still kind of see it a little bit. They didn't cut it all out. But apparently maybe he was too vocal to the referee and they had to edit that part off. And that's why it goes right to Heyman on the pin.
Oh. I guess that's what happened. I saw it not live.
Live, you would have seen differently, yeah.
Yep, it was, it was what it was. But I like what they're doing with LA Knight. They're featuring him a lot on Raw.
He loses a lot, but he's featured, so
yeah.
It's something.
I still feel like he's one of the main players, though. Like, he's,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I mean, you don't have to be invincible. If anything, it's better that you're not invincible, actually.
Yeah. I think the fans get behind you, too. I think he's got an outside chance to win the Royal Rumble.
It's still a long shot, but yeah.
I think he might. And then Asuka turned on Io. Asuka and Kyrie both turned on Io Sky at the end of Raw.
Thank goodness, because all those promo things they did before it all happened was so bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the worst angle in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
It is atrocious to watch.
Yeah, I really can't stand any more Io Asuka promos where they're talking to each other backstage in English. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Wasn't a fan too of that. Rhea got sprayed quite a bit with mist, and was just lying there for like ever. No referees or anything. Just let her, struggle in pain, and she's covered almost head to toe in mist. I'm like, a little bit of logic lost in this one. I understand they have to sell the whole EO thing, but it's way too long. Her just covered in that mist.
Yeah. The mist is, I don't know. The mist in 2025 is not my favorite thing. Like, what is it? If it's safe enough to put in your mouth, how bad is it when it's spat on you?
For some people, it's like poison.
What is it supposed to be?
You've seen the reactions.
What is the substance supposed to be?
Something that burns, apparently.
Well, if it burns, you wouldn't put it in your mouth, would you? To spit it at someone? You might spray it at them out of a squirt gun or something, but you're not going to put it in your mouth and go... Because then your tongue would be damn... Like, what?
Right. You're not wrong about this. I'm just saying it's the way they sell it.
I know. But my point is, it's dumb. Like, at a certain point, it was kind of fun and cool. But at this point, when I watch wrestling and I see the mist, I go, well, what is this exactly? And I feel like people that don't watch wrestling and may tune in go, what is this? It's silly. It's embarrassing. The mist. And I hate how people, like wrestling fans, treat it like, oh, the mist. Like they're kind of in on the joke. It's like, no, guys, can we just... Enough with the mist? It's stupid. And the way you're selling it, it's like very dumb. It makes no sense. They act like they've been lit on fire. Meanwhile, in AEW, Darby Allin's got a literal flamethrower. He's literally lighting people on fire. Sell that. That makes sense to me. There's a guy lighting people on fire. He's crazy. Fire hurts. Fire burns. Mist that you can put... You can't put that fire in your mouth. I know it looks like some people do that, but there's a trick to that. It's not fire in their mouth, okay?
Great trick.
Yeah, I can't do it, but I know it's not real. Fire in the mouth. Something's going on. I don't know what exactly, but I know something's up with those fire-breathing people. Anyhow. No mist. No more mist! There was, Edge was on AEW this week, okay? And there was a lot of talk. There was a lot of rumors. And there was a lot of hope, I think, from a lot of fans. Because Edge said he's leaving. He told Christian backstage, like, I'm leaving. I'm going away. I don't know if I'm ever coming back to AEW. And everybody was like, oh, he's done. He's wrapping up. He's going away. He's going to be John Cena's last opponent. But the word is, he's not going to be John Cena's last opponent. He's just going to film some TV show, and he will be back to AEW because his contract is still going for another year or so, right? So Edge will not be John Cena's final opponent, even though it would be pretty nice for that to happen. I wouldn't hate it.
I think people got excited because he did the whole five-knuckle shuffle, right, at the All Out.
And the attitude adjustment.
And then
so fans started chanting, Cena, Cena, Cena.
So they thought there was a connection there, and the fact that that match happens and then he leaves. So people wanted to connect dots, but it's just not going to happen. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Think about it. Like, it's not... They win the match. They do an angle too. They bring in like Edge's wife, Beth.
Yeah.
And then he's just gonna leave and go back to WWE. Like, come on.
Yeah. But I mean, there was buzz for sure for a day or so until people were like, "Wait a second, it's not happening." It's like, all right. Well, who's Cena's last opponent gonna be? Apparently, it's not gonna be Brock. they're not going to revisit that. Brock is just kind of done with Cena and is moving on, and now Cena's going to do other things. Cena's going to wrestle AJ Styles at Crown Jewel one more time against AJ. AJ's going to get to beat up John Cena, which I think is cool. There's really nothing behind it, but it's just, a match to have on the last run. It's got like 3-4 more dates.
When you think about who can give Cena a good match, I think AJ Styles, if he's not at the top of the list, I mean, he's very close to it, I think. So, and I can't think of too many other people you really want to be like, oh, I want to see Cena in that kind of match. It's really against guys I've never seen Cena wrestle against, honestly. Like, I'd like to see him against Braun Breaker, him against Gunther. It's just guys like that. Guys that you've never seen and you wonder, what would it be like?
Do you think that should be the last opponent, like one of the younger talents that he just puts over on the way out?
Well, I'll still hold true to the Rock thing because that's the whole story with the Rock. So I feel like we need some closure with that. And plus, they had 2 other matches, no end to that. So 1-1. I think that should be the last match. However, I don't expect The Rock to wrestle on television, or some sort of special, whatever it is.
Saturday
right?
night's
It's
main
on
event
Peacock.
in Washington, D.C. in December is going to be Cena's last match.
That's on Peacock, I think, right? So
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think The Rock's going to wrestle on that.
Nope.
So Braun Breaker would be great, I think.
There's been talk of The Miz doing another match with Cena, and I really hope they don't do that. Because, that's a waste.
No, the talk is The Miz wants that to happen. And
Yeah,
he wants
but,
people to want that to happen.
He's talking about it a lot and doing interviews, and sometimes that just makes things happen.
Yeah, we don't need that to ever happen, to be honest.
No.
There's, everybody else on the roster first before that.
I think he
I'd
should
rather see
wrestle
Tozawa.
Seth last and then beat him and then take the belt, and then that's the title he takes home with him, and then no one cares because, it's the world title. It means nothing. Last real champion, John Cena. 18 time. Not the 17, never seen. 18 time, never seen.
It's funny. They say this is the last run. You don't think Saudi Arabia won't get him to come back for that WrestleMania 43? I could see it happen.
I don't know, man. Hollywood pays pretty good. I know Saudi is, they roll out a lot of money, but are they going to match the Hollywood things that he's doing? I don't know. They might, but this could be it.
Well, it's his last run, but I think he still will have another match or two.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, money
man.
talks, right?
Money. Yeah. All about the money.
What?
It's all about the money.
Hold on, I just lost you. Talk to me.
I said it's all about the money. That's why Cena would do it.
That was me. I screwed something up on my own headphones. I can hear you now.
All right, now that you're back to normal, was there anything else on SmackDown? I don't think so, right?
No. So we got the matches for Crown Jewel. It's Cena versus AJ Styles. It's Stephanie Vaquet versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship ring. And it's Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship ring. And this Crown Jewel is in Perth, Australia, not Saudi Arabia.
With the 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time start time.
Yeah, 8 a.m. Which I appreciate because that's 8 p.m. Australian time. That makes sense. They're doing a show in Australia. The UFC is doing a show in Perth tomorrow. Guess what time it starts?
Midnight?
No. Tomorrow night, I think the main card is 10 p.m.
Okay, the
Eastern.
usual.
So it's going to happen.
Yeah,
And the prelims start at 7 a.m. So if you bought a ticket in Perth, Australia for the UFC tomorrow, technically Sunday morning in Australia, your first fight is at 7 a.m.
Yummy.
7 a.m. on a Sunday morning in Perth, Australia. Ticket sales have been bad.
You got to really love it for you to get up that early, I think.
Why do they do this? I was talking about it last night, and I was saying, like, it's TKO. They own both companies. They own WWE and the UFC. The UFC's show is, like, more geared towards Australia because they have a bunch of Australian fighters on the card. WWE show is going to have maybe one Australian or two. They got Rhea Ripley, who's around. Anybody else they can put on this thing? I don't even know who Rhea wrestles either. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe Rhea and Io versus Asuka and Kyrie or something. Like, I don't know what they do, but they got to put Rhea on the show, you would figure.
The tag makes sense. I think we'll see the bronze tag as well against the Usos.
Oh, Bronson Reed. There you go. He's another. But I'm telling you, like, the UFC has more locals on their show than the WWE does. So it feels like it's more geared towards Australia. And quite frankly, it's not a very interesting show. It's less geared towards North America. Like, I think the ratings will be very low in the States and Canada for this show. But they're doing it to make it, like, you know, a comfortable time, a regular time for the North American audience who doesn't care about this show. WWE, their show is mostly Americans. It's like a regular WWE show. Yet they're doing it at a time for Australians. 8 p.m. on a Saturday night. Good for them. I don't understand why the UFC is, like, not respecting their audience and WWE is like, yeah, 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning for everybody. Deal with it. I'm happy to deal with it. I think it's fine.
I just, to me, it looks like the UFC's kind of set in their ways. It's like we always have our things at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever it is there, we're having. They've done it before, no? Where they've had shows where that standard time is like it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't matter if it's 10 p.m. East, because that's what we got to cater to more, is that North American audience. We care about that the most. And WWE, yeah, they're a bit more giving in a sense where it's like, hey, like, let's try to make sure everyone's appeased, or at least the people who are in the arena are appeased.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you should cater to the arena, cater to the people there. If you're going all the way to do a show there, make it at a time that's reasonable. Could you imagine going to a UFC show at 7 a.m.? It'd be so weird.
Imagine just going to any show, period, at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Who wants to wake up at like 6 o'clock to go to the UFC? You're going to be there for like 6 hours. Like, what? I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't buy a ticket for that. Certainly wouldn't buy a ticket that costs like $1,000 for that. Speaking of, you sent me ticket prices for WrestleMania. Like, bad tickets are like $22,000 or something, right? It's insane. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. Ringside seats, I think, are like $70,000.
This is just for the next WrestleMania. It's not even the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania yet.
I mean, what are they thinking?
It's called, let's just get as much money as we can. That's what it's about now.
Are people buying these tickets?
I mean, they're there front row. Someone's buying them. That guy in that green shirt must be one of the most richest guys on the planet.
Yeah, he's got to be doing well. It's really nuts what WWE ticket prices are going to. And the WrestleMania prices are just like unbelievable.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
I'm really not. It's like over, I think it's over $1,000 just to get in the building for one ticket. For one night.
Insane. It's too much.
They're pricing their audience out of the business. I don't know who's going to these shows, who's spending this kind of money on these weak-ass wrestling shows, but I'll tell you, if you're going to WrestleMania and you're sitting anywhere where you can see the facial expressions on the wrestlers, you're a sucker. It's not worth it. It's not. If you can see the wrestlers' faces, you've paid too much to go to WrestleMania. If you spend over $1,000 on a ticket to WrestleMania, I mean, I got a question. Why? Unless you just got money to burn, whatever. But even then, you know what you can get for $1,000 in this world, just in general? You really want to spend it on a ticket to WrestleMania? That's, hasn't been great over the past few years.
They've had a rough year. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Look, if it was in my hometown and I didn't have to travel, I would get a ticket. I would get a couple tickets. It would cost me a lot. I'd deal with it. I'd suck it up. But, like, to travel, the hotel, and it's such a,
It's a big expense.
It's huge what they're asking people to do. And wrestling fans are not generally the wealthy 1% people.
Not generally.
Yeah. I've seen wrestling fans. I'm a wrestling fan. It's odd what WWE's doing. And, as long as they can sell the tickets, they'll keep jacking up the prices. If people stop buying them, they'll have to lower the prices. Supply and demand. And apparently, the demand is there for a $70,000 ticket to a pro wrestling show.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Sad we've come to this.
I mean, maybe it's good that people are willing to pay that much for wrestling.
It should never happen.
They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to. I think what's happened is, the whole ticket business, the whole live event business has decided that they don't want the best seats to go to the first come, first serve basis. They want it to go to the highest bidder.
Right.
I think they kind of realize, well, wait a second. We're selling tickets, and the best tickets are just being sold to whoever gets there first. Yes, they're more expensive, but they're still reasonable that the average person, if they get there first, they can get them. Then the live event business said, we're not maximizing our profit here. Let's sell the tickets to whoever will pay the most. And that's where it's headed. It's like, yeah, well, you get there first. Sure. Can you afford it? No. Next. Who can afford it? Who wants to spend $70,000 ticket for one seat at WrestleMania in the front row? You? Do you want to do it? No? Okay, next. So we're going to find somebody who does. And that's just how they're operating now. It's not like first come, first serve. It's like highest bidder. And like I feel like that's a short-term gain, but a long-term loss for the live event business. If your live event business is headed in that direction, I think you are going to alienate your fan base, piss them off to the point where they don't want to come back. And when you drop ticket prices, they'll still tell you to go fuck yourself.
When you don't deliver on 70,000, I can understand the resentment.
Talk to the people in France that went to the WWE show. See if they liked it. They were pissed. It's garbage. WWE keeps shoveling. Like, if they delivered, that would be something else. But they're jacking up the prices, and the shows are very basic. And, like, nothing ever happens. Even on the big shows, nothing happens. We had SummerSlam. I'm sure tickets for SummerSlam were ridiculous. What happened at SummerSlam other than Cody taking the title back from Cena, which is basically nothing? We just kind of went back to square one. Nothing happened at SummerSlam. That was their second biggest show of the year. I'm sure ticket prices were ridiculous. And they did nothing. They do nothing. All they do is present stars, have weak matches, and don't advance the story even. With their 50-50 booking and just lack of any creativity, thought, progression, anything. No development of any characters, really. Very bland. The Triple H era is very bland. Again, Vince McMahon, probably an evil guy. But once in a while, it would be like business as usual, and then he would throw something at you creatively on the show, and you'd go, what the hell is going on here? They're doing what? Has Triple H had one of those moments since he's taken over where you go, they're doing what now? What? Like, Vince would do that regularly. Sometimes it'd be good. Sometimes it'd be like, yo, what are they doing? But Triple H doesn't even, take the risk. He just kind of does A, B, C, keeps it simple, paint by numbers. Take what Vince gave you and try not to screw it up too badly. There's no, feeling of anything can happen in the WWE, pal. There's no curveballs. You can see everything coming a mile away. And their swerves that they try to do don't even work. Like I just said, what happened at SummerSlam? Okay? The other thing that happened at SummerSlam was Seth Rollins coming back from injury that the whole business knew was a worked injury, yet they thought they were taking a big creative risk and fooling everybody. And even though everybody in the world knew that Seth wasn't hurt and was going to come back and take the belt from CM Punk at SummerSlam, which they did, they still act like they're geniuses that fooled everybody. It's like they're in this bubble where they don't even know what reality is. The reality, Triple H, is that everybody knew Seth wasn't hurt. Your whole audience knew it. And you didn't swerve anybody. And you're not shocking anyone with any of your moves. They're all very basic, very predictable. Even when you try to be unpredictable, you fall flat on your face. What was the other thing they tried to swerve people into and then it didn't work? It was Seth and somebody else before. I forget, but it sucked. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Seth was somebody else.
No, they had some other thing where they're like, oh, we tricked everybody. But it's like, no, you didn't trick anybody. We also... Oh, Seth, when he joined Heyman at WrestleMania. They're like, oh, and no one saw this coming. And I'm like, I predicted it. You foreshadowed it on your show like several times. It seemed kind of obvious. A lot of people were predicting it to happen. Oh, no one saw this one coming. Like, anytime they try to do these big moves where they're, like, trying creatively to, like, keep a secret and, like, do a big swerve and, like, a big reveal, it's like, yeah, we saw it coming. Cena turning heel, they're like, ooh. And it's like, yeah, okay. It's kind of predictable. Like, they don't fool anybody. And the people they do fool, I mean, are idiots. So who cares? I want to be tricked. I want to go, oh, shit. You got to trick the guys. Like, you got to be able to get us, to get me and Johnny and people that watch Wrestling Uncensored. You got to be able to get people that have been watching wrestling for a long time that have seen it all. Because if you can get us, you're going to get everybody. But if you can't get us, then you're going to lose a lot of your audience, and you're going to look dumb. And to me, when I watch WWE, it looks dumb. Because the creative is very like, ooh, aren't you entertained by this? Isn't this crazy? And it's like, no, man, it's very regular. Vince would do crazy shit. Where you'd go, oh, damn, Vince, what? You know? He'd be like, brawl for all, pal. And you're like, oh, my God. Raw Underground. You're like, what? You know? Weird shit. It's a gobbledygooker. It's a Degeneration X. And they're going to, you know, like, I don't know. Even the Nexus, you know, when it first came, I was like, oh, this is, you know? Like, Triple H is like the Wyatt Six. Like, how's that working out? They're so desperate to make that work, they're forcing the tag titles on them. Because they're just like, we need to make them something, so let's make them tag team champions. And no one cares. Because they're devoid of any creativity. They have no ideas. It's very basic. It's very stupid. So, here, give it to me.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Thank you, Triple H.
You just gotta understand, Triple H books very slowly. That's why, like, things happen very slowly throughout the year. He builds to these big shows. That's it. So the stories don't really progress that much. It's very, very slow. And I think at some points he's on point with the audience, and at some points he's completely off. The whole idea that Stephanie goes into the Hall of Fame is a big, like, ooh, people want to see this. I don't think that many people wanted to see that whatsoever or cared for that whatsoever. Maybe you somewhat did. I know you're a bit of a Stephanie fan, but I don't know if
even I didn't care about that one, John.
Well,
that was like, hey, let's all celebrate my wife. I was like, what, dude? What do you mean? How is this a thing? Isn't the Hall of Fame in like 8 months? What are we talking about?
Yeah, but he needed something because it's the big ESPN thing. And that's a huge thing I think that's hurt WWE a bit, is that they kind of got rated poorly or not rated well by ESPN.
C.
And yeah, C. Like, C is still a pass.
It sucks.
But it's not a great pass. It's just a pass.
Yeah, their first show on ESPN did a write-up of it. They were like, this sucked. We were promised surprises, big events. We got nothing. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And WWE was like, why are they being mean to us? It's like, well, we're still going to cover you in a real way, so suck it. You know? Like, I thought that was so funny. WWE signs this big broadcast deal with ESPN. They do their first show on ESPN. They hype it up, and it sucks. And ESPN goes, actually, that sucked. You need to do better.
Well, you know WWE that they don't like that when that happens.
Nope.
They're not big on criticism.
Nope.
So don't know if that's going to go over well, but they'll probably get a new reviewer or something possibly to write that possibly next time around. Or maybe they'll work harder in the next PLE, hopefully.
Doubt it. Crown Jewel. Have you seen the card?
I mean, we're already, 2 weeks away?
Yeah. Looks bad, too.
It's up to them. I mean, at least they gave Cena the best chance to have the best match he can have, so that's a positive.
Yep. I guess. Over in AEW world, Chris Statlander is the women's world champion. She beat Mina Shirakawa, and they were teasing Statlander joining the Moxley gang, but she decided not to in the end.
That's when Darby showed up.
And then Darby showed up with a flamethrower and scared all of Moxley's gang and challenged Moxley to a match that is official for AEW's next pay-per-view, Wrestle Dream, in St. Louis, Missouri, October the 18th. Coming up pretty soon. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in an I Quit match. Official at Wrestle Dream.
Next week, we're getting a mixed tag, I think. I believe it's Darby and Statlander against Wheeler and
Marina.
What's her name? Marina, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't love Hangman wrestling
Lee Moriarty?
Lee Moriarty for a long time. I mean, he beat him, but I mean, that match was too long. Who is Lee Moriarty to go that long with the world champion? You know?
Well, they kept saying it over and over again, the longest reigning Ring of Honor pure champion. So, and he's a native of Pittsburgh. They were in Pittsburgh, so they wanted to make him look good.
Yeah, but AEW does this stuff where, like, they give a guy way too much over a guy that's, you know, should be pushed and protected a little bit more. And they do it for absolutely no reason, because then that guy just disappears and you never really hear from him again. It's not like they're doing it to push Lee Moriarty and they have plans. It's just like, well, let's do it because he's from Pittsburgh and he's on the roster. Let's give him a good match. It's like, well, other people see this and they see your world champion look less than a world champion because he's having trouble beating Lee Moriarty, who is a jobber in AEW. Because, like, in 2 weeks, Lee Moriarty will wrestle, you know, Brian Cage on Collision and get squashed in 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then you go, whoa, man, Hangman had way more trouble than this guy. It might be not Brian Cage, it might not be 2 minutes, but you get my point. It could be any number of guys in AEW beating him in 5. If it takes Hangman 15, you go, why?
No, you're completely right about that, and you didn't make Hangman look good whatsoever. And I thought Dynamite was kind of weak this week.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I know
bad.
they're coming off a pay-per-view, but not a lot of talking and not as much action as they usually deliver. Yeah, they did have Orange Cassidy come back. I thought you were happy about that.
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, okay. I thought you were a fan of Orange. I don't know, like.
Not really. My son is.
Oh, okay.
My son kind of looks like a little Orange. Does the shade, says the whole thing. He can do a good Orange Cassidy. Not for Halloween, though. He's going to be... Oh, he's got a very elaborate idea. It's like a Donkey Kong thing. It's a Lil Elevator he wants to be. Which I don't even understand. That's not a costume you could buy. His mom's going to have to make something nuts. I think I'm going to be John Cena. Just for you.
You're usually Bowser from Mario 64, aren't you? Like,
I'm switching it up this year. It's the last John Cena year. You got to show respect. I think I'm going to go full Cena. Got to get my jorts
I
out.
guess. Like, didn't Cena also have the pump-up shoes as well? Do you have the pump-up shoes?
He doesn't always wear the pump-up shoes. He wears a variety of sneakers. He used to wear the pump-up shoes. He doesn't anymore. I think I could get away with just sneakers. Sneakers, shorts, Cena shirt, Cena hat, Cena wristbands. I'm John Cena.
You got the towel, too?
I don't need a towel if I'm walking around.
It's true.
What am I going to do? Put the towel up? Time to go to work, Stu. Start running. Just like run everywhere. Slide into whatever room I'm in. That would hurt.
It would be hilarious. Like, you go knock on doors, you do the salute, and you just run away. It'd be hilarious.
Just bolt. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go trick-or-treating with my kids, and I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to salute, and then I'm going to run away, and then my kids will get candy and then have to chase me down the block. So that'll be fun. Why is John Cena running down my street? Hustle, loyalty, respect, kids. Rise above hate. Trick or treat. You know? Giving people
It would be
fives.
funny.
Just running into kids on the sidewalk with flying shoulder tackles. They take a swing. I hit them with the spinning power bomb. Tremendous. 5 moves of doom on all the kids on Halloween, brother. It's coming. Yeah, AEW was weak this week. It wasn't good. Baseball was so much better. So much better. I watched more baseball than I did wrestling this week, and I liked it. I'm not mad at that.
Well, that'll continue because we're heating up now. I mean, baseball's coming. I mean, playoffs are coming for baseball, so it's gonna be interesting to see how it all ends up in the end. I mean, I feel like the National League's pretty much set, but American League.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
They did win, but
So did everybody else.
the Blue Jays won too, which is not good because we need the Blue Jays to lose. Because we're tied with the Blue Jays for first, but they own the tiebreaker because they beat us more times than we beat them this season. So, So we need the Jays to lose their next game or two, and we need to beat them. What is this?
I think this is just generic music.
Oh, this is my
It's not
Expo
Blue
song.
Jays.
I like this. This is good. This is Expo music.
Yeah.
So we need the Blue Jays to lose, there's 2 games left, right? For both teams. Yankees are playing the Orioles. Blue Jays are playing the Rays. The Rays need to win some games. The Yankees need to keep winning. The Yankees haven't lost in a while. Swept the White Sox. Played the Orioles before that. Took 3 out of 4. So I'm hoping we sweep the Orioles here. We won tonight. Let's win again tomorrow. Let's win again on Sunday and hope the Jays lose one of those games. Because if they do, then the Yankees would take the AL East. They would be the top seed in the American League, and they would get a bye in the first round. A friend of mine bought tickets to the ALDS in Toronto, Game 1, and I told him, hey, man, I don't think that game's going to happen you bought tickets to. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be in the ALDS. I think the Blue Jays are going to fall out of first place and get bounced in the wild card round, and that'll be that for the Blue Jays. He didn't like that too much. But I'm hoping the Yankees take the AL East. It would be the ultimate joke on the Blue Jays if we could steal it in the final 2 games of the season. The Jays have been losing a lot. They lost 2 or 3 to your Red Sox, John. And the Yankees
That was great. We needed those wins.
Yeah, Red Sox needed those wins to stay in a wild card spot. Red Sox tonight. Congratulations to your Boston Red Sox. Clinching
Thank
a playoff spot. Pretty
Down
great.
3-0 too.
Very nice.
Came back. Walked it off.
Wow. So the Red Sox go into the playoffs. Yankees clinched the playoffs a couple days ago. And the Blue Jays, of course, are going to the playoffs. Just, will they have to play in the wild card round? Will the Yankees have to play in the wild card round? That's the question right now. And you've got the Detroit Tigers and Houston Astros fighting it out. The Tigers have the final wild card spot. The Astros half a game back. Tigers have completely fallen apart. They're actually tied with the Guardians for the lead in the Central, but they would be the wild card team because the Guardians have the tiebreaker there. Mariners have won the West. They have won the American League West. They're going to the postseason. The Phillies have won the American League East. They're going to the postseason. The Brewers have won the Central. The Dodgers have won the West. The Padres go into the postseason as well. They clinched a wild card spot, but there's still a wild card spot up for grabs in the National League. The Mets and the Reds fighting it out. And I think the D-backs are in it, but they're kind of lagging now, right?
I think the Mets are going to take it.
The Mets and the Reds are right now in a dead heat. They are tied for the final spot. So I don't know how that would work. Would that be a game that they would have to play against each other? Or maybe somebody has...
they'd have to play a game.
Would they? There's no tiebreaker situation? I thought they just do like whoever won, or... I thought it was like... whoever's done better against their own division gets to move on. Some sort of weird thing. I don't know what happens.
The extra game.
I don't know what happens if they're tied. I think they should play an extra game, but I don't know if they would. I'm not sure that's how it goes down anymore. The D-backs are a game and a half back. I think they're going to be out of it. 2 games left. They're a game and a half back out of the spot. They need the Mets and the Reds to lose both their final games, right? So, unlikely.
Yeah, it's a bit of a miracle there.
Yeah. But the Mets and Reds, they're fighting it out for the last spot. The Cubs have a spot. The Padres have a spot. The Mets and the Reds still haven't clinched. The Tigers still haven't clinched. The Astros, close, but they may find themselves on the outside looking in October. And
Crazy.
The Guardians also have not clinched a playoff spot because the Tigers and Astros could still jump over them, push Cleveland out. So Cleveland, Detroit, and Houston all fighting for their playoff lives over the next 2 days. One of those 3 teams will not make it. I think it's going to be the Astros, but they're only a half game back, so. And are they playing right now, maybe? They are. Ooh. Wait a second. They're a half game back, so if they win, Astros 3-3 tie with the Angels right now in the 8th inning. Interesting.
Wow.
The Mets lost to the Marlins tonight. The Reds beat the Brewers tonight. Not good for the Mets. Not good for the Mets. And Astros, if they win tonight, I think they would have the spot, right? Because if they're a half game back and they win,
they're a half game back. Yeah.
Yeah, if they win, they're a half game back now because they haven't. But if they win, then they would be in a playoff spot, which is so crazy. That's how close it is right now. It's a 3-3 ball game.
Insane.
It's fun, man.
I'm glad wow. It's better when you can breathe a little bit easier once your team's clinched, though. So.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm saying Astros. Astros are in the American League. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They used to be in the National League. I'm getting confused.
But they're still in a playoff spot, or they're still battling for a playoff spot, the Astros.
Yeah, half a game, right?
Not wrong.
I think I was saying National League, but they're in the American League. They're dealing with the Tigers and the Red Sox. I was talking about the Mets, though, right? Has nothing to do with the Mets and the Reds. Sorry.
No, but they're still battling for a spot, though. The Astros.
Yeah. But if they win with a half game back, they would be in a spot and they would bump the Tigers and the Guardians. Right?
Wow.
Because they're
There's
only
2
a
games
half
left.
game back. Do I have that right? Yeah, they're a half game back of the Tigers. So if the Astros win tonight, they'd have the same record as the Tigers. They'd be 86-74, but they're a half game back. I don't know. I think they would take the spot from the Tigers if the Astros manage to win. But if they lose, then they may be out of a spot altogether. Big game right now. All right. That's it. That's the baseball portion of the show. John, when's your next match? When can people see you?
So I'll be in Sudbury next Friday. First ever ladder match as I battle for a briefcase to possibly wrestle for a championship. So it'll be fun. So they'll be in Sudbury for Project X Wrestling. You look up Project X Wrestling on Facebook or Instagram. Check out all the info for when the show starts. So I won't be here next week because of that.
Cool. So Johnny will be wrestling. If you're anywhere near the Sudbury area, go check him out. Check out the great, legendary Johnny North in his first ever ladder match, which is cool. If I was near there, I would go and check that out.
And to answer Angelo's question, yes, AJ is running for city councilor in NBG.
Yes. Vote for AJ. Vote for AJ for city council. I think it would be great to see AJ represent us.
That's my plan. I'll vote for him easily.
Oh, there's no show next week. Sorry. Johnny, I'm not even on next week. There's no show next week. I'm off next week on a vacation. Mini vacation next week. For reasons. It's my birthday. I'm taking a night off.
Well, happy birthday. A little bit early, but
Thank you.
I'll definitely be back next week. I mean, I'm in New Brunswick on the 11th, but I believe the 10th. Should be good. Should be good for the show.
All right. Well, we'll wait and see. If not, it'll be the Super Simon Brothers Super Show. We'll find out. But no Wrestling Uncensored next Friday night. But I will be back next Thursday night with Ringside Report MMA and the boys. And then we should be doing a UFC 320 watch-along. So there'll be lots of action on the Ringside Report next week, Ringside Report Network. And that's about it. Thank you to all the supporters, everybody watching, Angelo, Jason, Lorne, Ryan, everybody tuning in tonight over at join.ringsidereport.net, membership.ringsidereport.net. Go to our website, ringsidereport.net. All the info, all the stuff, so much great stuff over at ringsidereport.net.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time.